What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Culture Shocks podcast.
Finally!
Yeah. We just did a video on my main channel with the two of us.
Yeah.
Now we can shift gears into podcast mode.
Yeah.
And we got a great video.
Bullshit mode. Perfect. Love it.
We can mess around a little more on the podcast. That's the whole idea.
Thanks for checking in again, guys. It's Wednesday, favorite day of the week.
Yep. Today we got food culture. 3 differences between American and Swedish food culture, starting with eating out.
Eating out.
Yes.
At restaurants, at fast food places, just out, not cooking at home. Because, I can just speak for myself. During the 2 years I had in the U.S., in Texas, I cooked at home maybe 4 times. Myself.
In a year.
Yeah, and me, myself. And then Nana of the house was cooking the rest, basically. Yeah. But we ate out 3, maybe 4 times a week.
Wow.
And in New York, food out is so good. So I cooked maybe 10 times a year,
Yeah. Well, I think New York people eat out the most percentage of anyone.
Yeah, because the food there is amazing.
Yeah.
Insane.
Definitely. Actually, New York's one of the top 5 food cities in the world.
Oh, yeah?
Ranked. It was Tokyo, New York, Lyon, Barcelona, and there was one other one. But the 2 out of the 5 that I had been to, Barcelona and New York, were super good.
You were fire.
I was like, damn, this list knows what's up.
Yeah, this list is accurate.
Yeah.
No, but I remember visiting New York the first time. I was visiting my cousin after my year in Texas, and I was there for a week. And I remember the first night he took me out to a bar, and I ordered this lamb burger. Ooh. And the first bite, I was like, it's just heaven. I've never tasted anything even close to this good. This is insane. And then we had the foods we had the entire week. We went to this burger restaurant called 5 Napkin Burger, because you need 5 napkins to wipe your hands after. Freaking genius. Yeah. And there as well, so good. Everything was just so good. I'm I'm gonna be the fattest guy ever, because the food here is insane. Yeah. So I get the fact that people are eating out more.
Yeah. I think when you're in big cities too, you have a lot of options for food, and for me growing up, I got parents that are great cooks. My dad was always making authentic German food and all kinds of really good food. So me growing up, we didn't really eat out that much, even though we're Americans and we maybe stereotypically go out McDonald's. We would go to McDonald's once a year, and it's because we had one away soccer game. My parents being coaches, and it was a 45-minute bus ride away, and the McDonald's in that little town would give free meals to all the coaches if you brought your team there.
Oh,
so smart. That was it's our one game up in Kelso, and we're gonna get our free McDonald's. So I think in my life, I hadn't been to America. I've probably been to McDonald's. I was in the bottom 1% of amount attending McDonald's for the average Americans. Probably never went to McDonald's. But it's different going to McDonald's in America versus McDonald's in Sweden.
I was just gonna say that.
I was so surprised with the quality of the McDonald's here.
Yeah, here it's more of a restaurant. You're supposed to sit in, and it's nice. I had a friend from Texas in Stockholm for 4 months, and that was something that surprised him. He was the McDonald's here are nice. The food is a bit more fresh. I mean, as fresh as fried food can get, but it's presented in a more fresh way. It's cleaner, and they have in the evenings they have security guards, so not too many people who aren't supposed to be there stay there. In McDonald's in Texas, it was really ghetto. People wouldn't really go to McDonald's unless you were dirt poor, because you had the dollar menu basically. And there was a lot of shady people there, and homeless people would sleep in the corners, and it was really it's really worn out kind of, and people wouldn't really go to McDonald's. It was if you were gonna have
drive-through than anything.
Exactly, and if you were gonna have that sort of food, you would go to Whataburger, which is the Texas equivalent, but better quality-ish. But I thought it was way more Whataburger was it was so greasy, it was heart attack in a burger.
I think every part of the U.S. sort of has that one burger place that's a little bit more local, a little bit fresher, a little bit better. In the Southwest, California, you got In-N-Out Burger, right? You got Whataburger in Texas, where I'm from. We have Burgerville, which is really regional meats and cheeses, and they would have they'd have 3 milkshakes. They'd have chocolate, vanilla, and seasonal. You just always get seasonal. No matter what it is. It'd be chocolate hazelnut one month, and then it would be like blueberries are in season, your strawberries, so everything was like super fresh.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Super good.
That's
and
awesome.
I remember after soccer practices, we would always go there. And I would
Milkshake time.
Burger and milkshake. And
after soccer practice. I love that. It's just, we need to even it out. It needs to be plus minus zero. Like, we need to...
So that was our one guilty pleasure.
Yeah, you need to keep track of how many calories you lose so we restock.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of like regional differences, that's something that I'm curious about with Sweden.
Yeah.
Because like in America, it's such a big country. You go to like the south of America, you got like really good like barbecue, brisket.
Yeah.
Of course, you got like the seafood in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You got like everywhere is known for like different cuisines in the US.
And the red thread is the burger.
Yeah, I mean, you can get good burgers anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah, but actually Sweden has good burgers, I would say,
thanks.
comparatively speaking. But, like, is that the same in Sweden, where if you go to the south of Sweden, they have, like, a different cuisine than, like, West Coast, East Coast?
I wouldn't say I'm an expert on this, but my experience is that, to some extent, yes. For instance, on the West Coast, in Gothenburg, you have a räkmacka, which is a shrimp sandwich, and it's like a special thing there, and it's huge, and you're supposed to like get it when you're in Gothenburg, and it's super expensive, but it's like really good. So that's typical for Gothenburg. We have it here, but like it's not a thing here, you know.
Yeah.
I think up north you eat more fish, like herring, for instance, or like surströmming is like it's like, you know, popular up there.
Yeah.
And I think more like reindeer and elk meat and stuff like that is more common up north.
Interesting. Yeah, a lot of like the more wild game sort of things.
Kind of, yeah.
It's funny, I always get questions like, you should try surströmming, and I'm like, I already did, and it's on my channel. And Fredrik actually tried it too.
Yeah.
So people are like, you should try this. I'm like, dude, maybe we should do like a part 2 surströmming video.
Because a lot of comments on that video was like, oh, I can't believe you guys did it this way. You're not supposed to do it this way. I don't know. Like, I don't
we
eat
tried it. Yeah, we were a bunch of Stockholmers trying to make it the right way. And we heard like, you gotta do it with the bread, the potatoes, the onions. And I like did some research. And I'm like, I know.
We left it to the American to do the research on the surströmming. And then we just followed
6 Swedish guys, 1 American. American's like, guys, I figured out how to make your regional food. Let's freaking do it.
We're like, let's do it. Yeah. But no, it would be fun to do a follow up. Comment if you want to see a follow up for sure. But yeah, that was a fun video to make. But I think again, like in Stockholm, I think you might find a more international cuisine because this is you know, obviously the most international city in Sweden. But again, I'm not a pro. Like I wouldn't really know. but that's my general feeling. Do you have like any experiences of this? Because you've traveled a little bit in Sweden.
Yeah.
Do you have any experience of this?
Not really. I mean, I noticed up in Dalarna, like maybe they were eating a little bit more of like, there's more people that would do like hunting and these sorts of things, like versus inner city in Stockholm. Not a lot of people hunting.
Not a lot. No.
There's a little bit of,
it's legal.
Yeah, there's a little bit of forest down like outside the city, but one thing I would say that maybe comes to mind is like seafood wise. Yeah. It seems like people are eating more seafood on the West Coast than East Coast in Sweden.
I think that too.
And I think of like where my grandparents live in the US, they live in this area called the San Juan Islands. And it's like the northwest corner of Washington State, really close to the Canadian border. And I grew up like whenever we would go visit them, we were eating like, we'd go crabbing and catch our own crab.
Nice.
We'd go clam digging. You know, like I know how to dig clams and do all these kind of things. Like,
let's do that on the next video.
That'll be fun. When we go to the US, we'll have to do that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, so these are things that I kind of grew up with. And Sweden, you think of it as like a very seafood type of place. People are eating a lot of herring and a lot of different kind of fish and salmon.
For sure. Salmon for sure, yeah.
But it seems like there's not as many fish on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like
not as much fresh fish, I would say.
Yeah.
Like in Gothenburg is really a thing. There's this old church in central Stockholm that is now Gothenburg. That is now like a local seafood market. Yeah. So it's called the Fish Church, Fiskekyrkan.
That goes to show how not religious Swedish people are.
Yeah, we're like,
let's take this church that nobody's using, turn it into a fish market, yo.
Yes. rebranding, dude. Let's go. But yeah, so I would definitely say the West Coast is bigger on seafood.
Yeah.
And maybe down south, like it could be more, since it's closer to like Denmark and that sort of stuff. It might be more Danish
influenced
food.
by the Danish food.
Could be. I don't know.
I saw this map on Instagram, like a meme. It was like how Stockholmers see Sweden.
Yeah.
And it was just like forest to the north and like Denmark to the south.
Yeah. I agree with the latter. Yeah. We made jokes about that all the time. But yeah, something that is way more, like, to just tie back to the first thing we talked about, that is way more spread out or common in the U.S., at least in Texas when I lived there, was a drive-through. Yeah. Like, there were drive-through, obviously, restaurants, drive-through ATMs. Yeah. Like, there was just drive-through everywhere. Like, it was built to just stay in your car.
And we are a car culture. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we're our public transportation in most cities. Like, there's a few that are good, but like where I'm from, or where most Americans are from, you need a car to get around. Yeah. And so, like,
but there was just it was so obvious. There's this restaurant called Sonic, which is pretty nice, and you would just like park up. There's like 10 drive-through like microphones on each side.
And they come out with rollerblades, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So you can only do drive-through basically there. Yeah. So you park your car, you make your order. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, they come out in rollerblades, leave your order, and then you dip. So it's only a drive-through, it was a pretty cool restaurant. But yeah, I sort of noticed like how common it was there. And drive-through here is really like, I wouldn't say a last-minute resort. Yeah. It's become way more common with Foodora and Uber Eats and all those these kind of things. And with the pandemic, staying home, like, it definitely pushed that further ahead. But me growing up, like I'm from a big family. We're 5 kids. We ate out like properly at a restaurant like once a year. Yeah. And then when we had takeaway like McDonald's or pizza, it would be when like, you know, we'd done something all day and came home really late, or like came home from the summer house and like my mom or dad didn't have the energy to cook food, like we would order pizza. Yeah. But just like the drive-through and eating out was just so common in Texas. Yeah,
here's something that's really different is the pizza culture. Like every Swedish person I feel like has that local pizzeria. It's sort of like the immigrant pizza, if you know what I mean, right? It's like kebab pizza. You know what I mean? They have kebabs and pizza, or you can have kebab on your pizza. Yeah, which is great.
Kebab on your pizza is dope.
It's so really good. It's so really good.
No, definitely, everyone has that local. When your mom came, she was like, "Yeah, I want that immigrant pizza." And I'm like,
I don't know what to call it.
And I'm like, what? She's like, you know, the local players, but you know, the kind of unhealthy pizza. I love it so much. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because I live like close to one of those that's really good, and then I live close to like a really fancy Italian restaurant that also makes pizza. Yeah. And I was like, "Mom, which one do you want?" She's like, "I want the immigrant one." I was like, "Me too, actually." That sounds good. She's like, "I can't get pizza like that in America. I can get Italian pizza in America. I can't get." I go, "What the heck do you
can't
call
get immigrant pizza.
What do you call it? Orton pizza?
Orton maybe. Yeah. I don't know how to call it in like a, you know, sophistic manner.
Swedish pizza?
Maybe.
But sometimes
there's always foreigners like making it. Like not a lot of like with local pizzerias really close. Like when I grew up in a suburb, like the suburb that I grew up in, Åkersberga, was divided into like 5 different parts, and each part had like their own pizzeria.
That's how you know. I'm in another district now because there's another pizzeria.
Yeah, like what pizzeria did you go to? Like we had our local. Ours was called La Bas. Okay. Yeah, it was the best. But it has this specific taste, which is, I think, to me, it's associated to like the day after, like a little hungover, and guilty pleasure kind of. Because it is really good. Yeah. And I like the thin crust. Because you can like, in America, like when you order Domino's, like you would have 2 or 3 slices. Here we order a pizza each.
Dude, it's crazy. Like I went to Slice of New York here in Stockholm to get like real American style pizza, which I hadn't had in a long time. Yeah. And in Sweden, like you eat the whole pizza.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
And in America, you never eat the whole pizza. You eat like a couple slices and you're all full.
Because it's more like a sandwich, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know?
And I ordered like 3 slices at Slice in New York. They're like, you can get 2 or 3. I was like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get 3. I usually eat a whole pizza. You kidding me?
Yeah.
And then three pieces. I was like so stuffed.
Smashed,
I was like beyond like full.
Yeah.
And you also like the American pizzas are a little bigger.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
sure.
bigger, and then, I mean, it's just more bread.
Yeah.
It's just more bread. It's going to fill you up.
And not to get all mathy on you, but like as the freaking radius of the pizza increases, like the area increases by like a square function. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
you
like,
teach or some shit?
Yeah, dude. So like 3 pizza slices. Actually, I'm a certified math teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
Remember when your girlfriend needed all that help with her math
Poor
homework?
kids. Poor kids.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah. So 3 pieces of pizza in America is like quite a lot of pizza.
Yeah, but yeah, immigrant pizza, good stuff.
Yeah.
If you haven't had it, try it.
For sure. The last thing I wanted to talk about is holiday foods. Like, because that's kind of different, right? Like, I feel like in America we get like hot dogs and hamburgers for like 4th of July.
Yeah, we don't have 4th of July here at number 1.
Right. Yeah. You have other cool summer holidays.
Yeah, definitely. Midsummer.
Midsummer.
But midsummer and Christmas, we eat sort of the same thing, except for like the ham. We don't have a ham for midsummer. Okay. But yeah, a big food holiday that we don't have here is obviously Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I remember my first Thanksgiving, and I'm like, it was good, like definitely, like it was a good meal. But I was like, is this what the hype is about? Like, is this it?
I think it's something that like you just don't have very often, so it becomes like special.
Yeah.
And like I love the turkey, the mashed potatoes, the stuffing.
Dude, I just think about the turkey every year. Like, can you imagine the amount of turkeys that need to be produced and slaughtered for every Thanksgiving? And it's like, it's this huge peak. Yeah. And the rest of the year, people like don't really mess with turkey.
Can you imagine all the herring that gets slaughtered for the Swedish midsummer and Christmas and Easter?
Hey, shut up. Yeah, no. Of course, my analogy doesn't make any sense.
Every animal has.
Can you imagine all the chickens every day?
Yeah.
No, but yeah, for sure. But it just you know, because turkey, like it must be so much, and it's funny.
That's why we're both big investors in Beyond Meat stock. Just gonna throw that out there. Real
don't
quick.
miss that train, guys.
Yeah.
But to me, it's so funny, like the tradition of the president picking his own turkey.
Really?
Yeah, he's like gets to. I think he gets to. The president of the state get to like pick a turkey that he picks the one that he's gonna have on his table, or he picks one to pardon. Maybe
to pardon a turkey?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Dude, how did I not see this? Like, imagine a clip of Trump like going out to like the turkey lot and being like, "Yo, you?
Yeah,
you're mine, boy."
You're in my belly soon. Yeah. No, but I mean, when I see a reaction, I feel like I need to fact check this, but I'm pretty sure this is a thing.
How is this not a clip that everybody talks about every year? Like, it seems like it could be a thing, but you feel like if it was a thing, more people would know about it. Okay. You know what I mean?
Shit. We'll check.
Yeah, we need to look into this.
Yeah. If you comment something like, it's not a thing, then I'm saying I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody send us a link.
Yeah. Well, we'll check. It'd be hilarious though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Well, holiday foods is different. So, what would you say are like 3 typical things on when you grew up, like at Christmas?
At Christmas, so like we didn't really have like a traditional thing we would have every year. I would say like maybe the more common ones for Americans would be like turkey for Christmas or like ham for Christmas. Mm-hmm. But like for us, we just would always make food that we liked. And
Thai food.
Everybody we couldn't make Thai food. German parents and Italian parents. We weren't making pad Thai. Everybody loved Schnitzel, so we would have Schnitzel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Many times. And then another one was my mom's favorite was Italian stuffed flank steak.
Nice.
So flank
What's
steak.
Italian stuff? Like,
so you take the like red peppers and yellow peppers. And you basically, you put them in the oven and you broil them at like 500 degrees until they're black, right?
Nice.
And then you put them and you get all them steamed, right? So you take all the heat and you steam it. So then you peel away all the black part. And what you're left with is just this like soft, moist, like flavorful. And you get this like smoky aroma with the peppers.
Wow.
And then you do this like kind of pesto-y type of mixture. And you're like chopping up like spinach and all these things. and you get this like green like olive oil drizzled like mixture.
Wow.
Laid that down in there, and then with the peppers, and then you roll the flank steak up and put that in the oven.
Holy.
And then it cooks, and then you have this like roll where it's like meat and then like pesto-y beautiful pepper meat and and just like in layers.
That sounds amazing.
And that
sounds insane. It's this reminds me of a version of the Schnitzel I had at our favorite restaurant, Funkelistic. Yeah. So it was Parmesan cheese stuffed inside a Schnitzel.
Oh yeah.
It was insane. They had like some garlic thing on top too. Like it was insane. Damn. Like I like traditional Schnitzel. Yeah. But that was just next level.
Dude, I love it.
Try it. Yeah. Yes. Stuff stuffed with other stuff is good.
That's just a winning concept.
Yeah. It just works, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny with the turkey, coming back to Thanksgiving. Stuffing, like stuff foods with other foods. Like it was a funny concept, but it works.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, I like that.
So we're curious, guys, what you think are some like very interesting food cultures wherever you're from. Leave some comments down below.
Yes. For us. And if they're like musts, because I love new food cultures. I love to try like a South American traditional dish. Yeah. I wouldn't know how to cook it, but like we could fedora it.
Yeah, that's one thing we were thinking about, like just to spice up the channel a little bit. We want to keep the podcast like every week, right? The Monday nights, this sort of format. But would you guys be interested in us doing like some additional like vlog style videos that we just only put on this YouTube channel, and like just doing some cool stuff around Stockholm with our friends, like any of those types of things? Would you guys be into that sort of thing? Let us know what you would think about that.
Yeah, and if nobody says anything, we'll still do it probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'd feel better if you said you wanted to do it.
Pretty much. Yeah, if nobody says anything, maybe we'll be like, they didn't want it. Start a third channel and just like not include them.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Tell nobody about it.
Yeah. No, but guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening, for commenting. Yeah. We appreciate that, and I hope you've been liking the guests, because we're gonna chuck some more guests on soon. Yeah. And look out for that. It's gonna be pretty cool. Some cool people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
All right, guys. See you in the next one.
See ya.